This video is notes on parts of the sentence. Complement completes the meaning of the verb. For linking verbs, the verb connects the complement to the subject. So linking verbs are subject complements. A linking verb will connect the subject to something that describes the subject, as in a predicate adjective, or something that renames the subject. So here's an example. A predicate adjective example. My teacher is friendly. So this linking verb is connects the teacher to the adjective friendly. A PN is a predicate noun that connects the subject to a noun that renames the subject. Here's an example. My teacher is a genius. So in this case, your subject is linked to a word that renames the subject. That's the linking verb that connects the teacher to genius. So genius is the predicate adjective. Is just the connector, okay? So linking verbs are just connectors. For action verbs, the complement is connected to the verb. Transitive verbs require an object. So here's an example. My friend ate 7 apples. Okay, so in this case, here's the verb. And what did my friend eat? That action of the verb is being transferred into a verb complement, apples. So apples are the direct object. Don't worry about 7. 7 is just a modifier for apples, right? It's just answering how many. It's just a simple adjective. So the substructure of this one is a subject, verb, and a direct object. Sometimes with transitive verbs, we have something else called indirect objects, sorry. So I'm just going to move down here in my notes. And indirect objects, so direct objects answer who or what after the verb. Okay, an indirect object answers to whom or to what after the transitive action verb, and it always comes before the direct object. And this is a sentence that you guys were saying actually was grammatically incorrect, but it looks just funny on paper, but we say it all the time. So here's one about the California wildfires. The firefighters gave the people some water. Okay, so here's your subject, the firefighters. Here's the action verb, gave. What did they give? Well, they didn't give the people, they gave water. So water is the direct object. That's the direct complement for the giving. To whom or to what? The people. All right, so the structure is always going to have an indirect object before the direct object. And the indirect object is answering to whom or to what. So the structure here is SVIODO. Oops. Okay, object complements. Notice this. If you see a verb of make or elect, or something that's like make or elect, like appoint, then you might likely have an object complement. And an object complement has a relationship to the direct object. So here's an example. We made our mother happy by singing to her. Okay. By singing to her is relevant to the meaning of the sentence, to the complete meaning of the sentence, but just for the bones of the sentence, all we want is this part. So we made, so there's the action transitive verb. Who or what did you make? Our mother. And then happy is the object complement describing the mother. So the relationship is going to go back to the mother. So remember that grammar is the study of relationships. That's why you can't just memorize things. You have to actually look at the sentence and think about what is the relationship between words in the sentence. Here's another example of an object complement. We elected our mother treasurer of our clubhouse. Okay, of our clubhouse, we're going to get rid of that because that is a prep phrase. That's the fat of the sentence. We're just dealing with the bones, the essential structure. So here is our subject, we. Here is our transitive action verb, and it requires transfer to an object. Who or what did you elect? Our mother. Our mother is who we elected, right? So mother is the direct object. The word treasurer has a relationship back to the direct object, so it is said to be an object complement. So both of these sentences, the structure is subject, verb, do, and oc. Okay, so we're looking for the relationship of words to each other. Okay, so when working to identify the bones of a sentence, make sure you get rid of any extraneous parts. So a really good thing to do if you're sort of in just a mode of getting started is thin out the sentence by getting rid of prep phrases. If you need some reminders about what prepositions are, you don't have to memorize this, but just get a sense of what prepositions are. A prep phrase will begin with one of these words and end with a noun. So down the street, or from my mother's house, or till sunrise, or toward the store, or in spite of our face, or according to the thesaurus, or beneath the railroad, whatever. I mean, we could go on and on, right? If you had Miss Galacci at the lower school, you probably learned a little song with all of these prepositions, so maybe that will help you. Anyway, those are some notes to help you with tomorrow's test. I hope that you found that useful. Good luck tomorrow.